What's up, guys? Long time no see. Past couple weeks have been pretty busy for me. First, I was studying for my midterm exams in school and finally got through those. And then right after that, I went on a trip to Poland, which I just got back from. And I went to Poland with my girlfriend and her dad. They're both from Poland, so we went there to go visit some of her family and just see the beautiful country. And I got to hang out with some of her friends, which is really cool. And yeah, it was awesome. And as you guys saw from the thumbnail, we may or may not have bought a MiG-21 while I was there. Can I have one?
No.
So that no was for that specific MiG. She didn't say I can't have a MiG in general. She just said no to that one. So I did some searching around, and there's actually a few for sale in the US, and I didn't believe that they would be this cheap. I heard some rumors that they're actually pretty inexpensive, and so I did some looking around, and I actually found a couple of them. One that is static, so it's not flying, and it's been in a museum for, I don't know, 20 years or something like that, and it's actually 40 grand, and it's all complete, not running. And then there is a running one that just came out of Polish military service in like 2008 for like 120 grand. So I never would have expected them to be that low, but who knows, guys? Maybe the future of this channel will allow us to get a MiG-21 project. So while I was in Poland, I also brought my camera because I knew we were going to a bunch of cool museums and stuff like that. So I got a bunch of clips of some of the cool things we did, and I'll show you guys. I got this video, which I'm gonna show just 2 days while we were there. First day we went to a castle near the city of Krakow, which was really cool. And then the next day we went to the Polish Aviation Museum. So this video will be those 2 days. In the next video we went to, the first place we went to was the Auschwitz concentration camp, which that was just crazy being there. I thought it was really interesting to go there, but at the same time I had this like really eerie feeling just being in this place, standing in this exact spot where all this stuff happened. But I didn't take too much film there. I kind of felt weird filming there, but I got some clips of that, and we'll also talk about that experience. And then the next day we went to the Polish Army Museum, which they did such an awesome job there. They had a bunch of vehicles outside. This is what our yard is going to look like. Everything was really nice, and everything was, I believe, in Polish military service that they have there. So they have like an IS-2 tank from World War II that fought in like the Polish armor brigade or something like that. I have it all on film. And then also, my girlfriend's father was in the Soviet military back in the 80s, and he was a tank driver for a T-55 AM, which I believe it stands for, the M stands for like a Merida or something like that. I don't know the pronunciation of it, but it's essentially an upgraded T-55 tank. So he shared some of his experiences with me, and I'll definitely be talking about that in the next videos. So right here we're at the Szonch Castle. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, but anyways, really beautiful castle. It was built in 1292, so it's really old. It was built right on this awesome like mountaintop. The landscape all around was just insane to look at, and it was freezing cold out there. So me being Florida man, used to tropical weather, I was freezing my ass off here. I had like 2 jackets on, I was still shivering. But anyways, this castle has a really interesting past, especially during World War II. The Germans actually came here and they built a tunnel system underneath the whole castle under the codename of Project Rise or Project Rise. There wasn't too much documentation on why they built this tunnel system down here. So there's a lot of speculation, a lot of like theories on why they made this whole tunnel system. But anyways, it was really cool being down there. Also, it was like 40 degrees in the tunnel system, so it was freezing down there too. And there was constantly like water dripping on your head. It was a pretty cool experience. But as you can see, there's some areas of the tunnel system that was just like raw still. It was like blown out by TNT, and what they would do is they would drill holes and shove some TNT down there and blast it out, and then come in and throw all the chunks in like mine carts and take it out and stuff like that. And then there's other areas that were more completed. And what it looks like they did is they would form the structure with metal rebar. Then they would put like plywood forms all around the interior of the tunnel and then fill it with concrete. So, and when they ripped off the plywood forms, it would leave these little like plywood lines and on the walls, and it was pretty cool, really interesting. So me being a lover of all things military and especially interested in like World War II era stuff, this was just an awesome experience to come here and see some of this cool history and like the site of this underground tunnel system built by the Germans in World War II. It was just really awesome coming here, and I really appreciate how well this is all preserved. So moving on, we are in the Polish Aviation Museum in Krakow. This is the day that I fell in love with the MiG-21. So walking into the museum, they have this really nice Spitfire display. It was really well preserved. I'll admit, the main reason why I wanted to come to this museum was because of one plane in particular, and that plane is the Messerschmitt Bf-109 that they had on display. But for some weird reason, I couldn't find it, and I asked around, and some people were giving me answers like, oh, it's not here, or it got moved to a different display, or it's in a hangar that's closed off. I couldn't get a straight answer. So slightly disappointing, but the rest of the museum made up for that slight disappointment. They did a really good job with everything else. So this is me flying a MiG-29 simulator. I might have crashed it, but in my defense, they didn't have all the buttons set up yet, so I couldn't put the flaps out or the gear down. I just couldn't really slow down that well.
Too high speed.
Oh god. Oh god. Ooh. Ooh. Honey.
I can't slow down.
Ooh.
I tried. This is a beautiful Mi-8 helicopter. It is a medium twin turbine helicopter originally designed by the Soviet Union, and it was introduced in 1967. This helicopter is really awesome. It's just a transport helicopter, and we got to go inside of it, and it was really weird. It smelled like horse. It smelled just like horses inside, and I believe in the back, you can see in the next clip, it's like horse leather seats or something. I have no idea. It had a weird horse smell. So I thought that was pretty funny. It's sharp. Can't go in it? Alrighty, so here is my new MiG-21. I left a deposit for it at the front desk of the museum. They haven't really gotten back to me, so I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see. No, but all seriousness, I think this thing is just the coolest thing ever. I know it's like completely impractical to ever want one of these, but I love it. I don't know why. I think it's just one of those crazy military vehicle owners that wants everything. Let me know what you guys think. Should I get one of these as a future project for the channel? I don't know. So I have done some research and like read about some people who have owned these, and they were all saying how expensive it is to fly. It costs like $2,000 an hour just for fuel and like upkeep and all that stuff. So a little bit much. This one was really cool in my opinion. It was a 2-seater trainer with a really cool like snow white tiger camouflage on it. Just I don't know, it just caught my eye. Pretty cool looking plane. So this nifty looking plane right here, this is a Ilyushin IL-28R. Apparently these were reconnaissance aircraft, and between the years of 1952 and 1977, the Polish Air Force operated 80 of these in bomber and reconnaissance versions. And some of these were converted to ECM, the ECM version. I don't know what that means. But anyways, this thing had an armament of 4 23mm cannons, and it also had 2 of the cannons facing backwards, like a tail gunner configuration, which is pretty cool looking. If you guys can hear some like fake bird noises in the background, they had some like, I don't know, some speaker system playing bird noises here. It was really strange.
Now check out this lineup right here. It's MiGs as far as the eye can see.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one where I drag my girlfriend through some more military museums. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay safe, guys. See you later.